Hello, I'm Pauline Chu in Hong Kong, and we have a breaking news story out of Manila. We begin with this developing story in the Philippines, where a man has taken a bus full of tourists hostage. We understand that the tourists are Hong Kong nationals. The Vice Mayor of Manila, Isko Morena, joins us live on the line from Manila with more details. We're looking at pictures of this tour bus. Tell us what you know about what happened, Vice Mayor.
Well, just this morning, an hour and a half ago, the Colonel Gutierrez, the Deputy Director of the Manila Police District, reported to the mayor. We were together with Mayor Lim that there's an ongoing hostage-taking in Luneta area at in front of the grandstand. There are reports that there are a lot of people inside the bus and they're foreign nationals. But after a while, we found out that the hostage taker is former Captain Mendoza of the Philippine National Police, was dismissed captain of the force because of some accusations made to him, and he was found guilty by the ombudsman. And he's holding a long firearm and short firearm, with the initial report of 25 individuals inside the bus. But along the way, 2 came out from the bus. They asked if they can take a leak, and the hostage allowed them to go out of the bus. And the police, General Mutiba, did not allow them to go back to the bus. So we found out that these 2 individuals, foreign nationals, are Hong Kong nationals.
So, Vice Mayor, as far as
Yes.
I understand it, there were 25 hostages on board, and 2 were allowed off the bus in order to go to the bathroom, and
Yes.
they have remained off the bus. So there are 23 Hong Kong nationals, tourists, left on the bus. The gunman is a former police captain who was dismissed from the force,
Yes.
and he is armed with an M16 rifle and a gun. Is that your understanding?
Yes, that's a report, and there are Filipinos also inside the bus, the driver, the photographer, and the tourist guide.
Now, how did this hostage taker get onto the bus? Do you know what the circumstances were?
The report was he held the bus, pointed the gun to the driver, so the driver has no recourse but to open the bus and take those people inside and park it in grandstand area.
And this is at Quirino Grandstand in Rizal Park, which is an area where a lot of ceremonies take place and concerts, I believe. It's a tourist attraction, I'm assuming, because the tourist bus is there. Is that correct?
Yes.
And police negotiators are now working with the hostage taker. Are they on the bus or on the phone with him?
Well, the entire area is already cordoned by the police force, the Manila Police District, and we've sent 2 negotiators, and they've been talking, and we found out that one of the claim of the wants of the hostage taker is to put him back to the force. So that's one of his demand initially, but there's a still ongoing demand. Now we just sent a telephone line inside the bus in case that the cell phone back down. So they introduced already the line of communication inside the bus.
Has anyone been injured on board the bus?
Well, thanks to the Lord, so far nobody's hurt, as to the information given to us by General Magtibay. They're all safe so far inside the bus. There's still ongoing negotiations. As you can see on television, the 2 officers are negotiators.
We also heard earlier reports, Vice Mayor, that there were some children on board the bus. Do you know if that's true?
Not yet. It was not confirmed by our people down there.
Tell us a little bit more about the hostage taker. His name is Rolando Mendoza. He was a police captain who was dismissed, I believe you said last year. What were the circumstances of his dismissal?
Well, Well, there are reported that he was. There's a lot of complaints about extortion thing, and during the course of investigation before the ombudsman, he was found guilty and strike out from the role.
And what are his other demands other than being put back onto the police force?
Well, that's the first and only demands so far. But we already, as you can see, there are people all going out of the bus, and there's children.
Yeah,
Now,
so we're looking at live
concern.
pictures. Excuse me for
Yes.
interrupting. We're looking at live pictures of some of the tourists getting off the bus. It looks like two children, a boy and a girl, and a guardian. So 3 people have come off the bus.
Four. Well,
It looks
three.
like 3. I can't tell if the man in the orange
It's
shirt.
four. It's four. Two boys, 1 girl, and the guardian.
Okay, there's a girl and 2 boys and a guardian. Okay, so these are 4 people who have been let off the bus there. So now we can say that there were children on board the bus.
Now, yeah, we can confirm that.
Tell us more about what the police negotiators are going to have to do now.
Well, of course, a typical negotiator would like to, get as many as possible. I mean, hostages to keep them safe. That's the initial, way to do that. They've been talking already that let's just go back to trial. That's what you want. That's what you want. You want an attention. We're trying to give leeway to the negotiation thing.
I'm just going to try to set the scene here. Once again, if you can just bear with me, Vice Mayor. This is all taking place at Quirino Grandstand in Manila, in Rizal Park, near the statue there. There was a tour bus from, I believe, Hong Kong. It's a tour bus full of Hong Kong nationals and tourists who were visiting Manila. About an hour ago, a gunman stopped the bus, got on board, and started making demands. We understand that this is a police captain who was dismissed from the force, and now he's asking for his job back. 6 hostages so far have been released. The first 2 were 2 female passengers who told the gunman they had to get off to go to the bathroom. He allowed them to get off, and the police, who had cordoned off that area, of course, did not allow the 2 female hostages to get back on the bus. And then we saw a guardian and about 3 children, I believe, get off the bus as well. As we're looking at these pictures of the tour bus, we can see some of the tourists in their seats with the blinds closed. Some of them are looking out. I'm wondering if you've been able to have any contact with them. Perhaps they've got their cell phones trying to make calls. Do you know if any of them have been able to reach their families?
So far, there's no report on that.
And where is the gunman on the bus? Do you have any idea of where he might be on the bus? In the front, in the back, walking down the aisle, perhaps?
A while ago, he was at the first few row, at the first row during the initial talk. That's why we found out the demand that he wanted to be in the force. But now we cannot. From television, and we cannot tell where he is exactly.
And you had mentioned something earlier about the bus driver using his cell phone. Was that in order to communicate to the police? Was he acting as a messenger between the police and the gunman?
Yes.
And the driver is still there on board?
The driver is still in there.
Okay, we're looking at some of the tourists peering out. Obviously, a desperate situation. This is unfolding as we speak, and this bus was taken hostage about an hour ago in Manila. Vice Mayor of Manila, Isko Moreno, thank you very much for this update.